lose some of this weight, you know. Ooh. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and deploy my lightweight portable makeshift camouflage device right here, also known as a brown towel. This way, if you need to, you can just crouch down and disappear. Okay, before I go on, I want to say, always remember to bring some sort of basic first aid kit with you, just in case. Hold on. Actually, I think that was an ambulance. It's clear. But in times of persecution, you never play it too safe. Alright, so stack a few sticks on the edge of a brick, smack it on the edge with another brick, snap them in half, really, really quick. That's how you get your firewood. Yeah. Firewood. Okay, besides your basic fire starting instruments that I will get to soon, for today's project you will need a kettle to boil your water in, a cup to prepare your tea in, some utensils, which I may mention are a portable, useful item that includes a napkin and a little salt and pepper packet. We won't need that for today, but just thought I would mention that. And if you want to flavor it up, some honey, and let's see. I brought this as a surface to prepare the pine needles on, but first we're going to pull them all off the branch, but we're going to chop them up. So you'll also need something to cut them with. So you got your little belt knife right here. Let's get started. Also, for today's demonstration, you will need a couple of bricks that are of equal size so that you can balance your kettle on top of it and then build the fire down here. Is this recording? Yeah, hello. Another good thing about the portable towel is you can use it to cover up your things. Just like that. Where'd they go? Alright, so if you followed the number of previews and teasers that I put out, that I recorded and posted on YouTube previous to this first episode of season 2, then you probably saw the one where I took the white piece of cloth, put it inside a can with a rock or a brick, put it upside down over a fire, and it turned into this char cloth right here. You see, that's what the brick looks like afterwards, and this is the charred piece of cloth right here. Now, char cloth can be useful to camouflage your face. You know, you don't want people to see you. You want to blend in. Okay, now we're fully camouflaged. Don't forget your ears. Okay, so anyways, in that demonstration, I showed you how you can use this little fire starting rod and this matchstick, how you could use the bottom of that, in fact, and looking at that, you notice that's the same size and shape as your average shoestring. So I'm going to see if I can use some Gorilla Glue and attach that to my shoestring, perhaps light it off my shoe right there. Yeah, that'll be cool. Anyways, so this is stuffed with cotton balls, and I showed how you can swab it with Vaseline and use that as a fuel source, and it ignites quite easily when striking it with some sparks off of this right here. So I'm looking at this piece of char cloth here, like, what do I want that for besides camouflaging my face? This cotton ball works extra awesomely, so I went out and bought a couple hundred of them. They're cheap, they're available. Go out and get them now. So anyways, I built another fire kit right here using your handy dandy hair ties to hold everything in place. Go out and get them now while they're available. And also, I got this idea right here to attach a piece of paracord as a lanyard to a handy dandy lighter, which is available now. Go get it, because it's very easy. You don't have to work at it. It can light, and even when it runs out of fuel, you can still use the sparking mechanism to start a fire. Anyways, attached to that is a piece of chapstick because that has the same ingredients that's active in Vaseline to start a fire. And inside the handy dandy cap, we got a little bitty piece of cotton that you can use as an emergency fuel source. We might see if we start a fire with that momentarily. But anyways, inside this little tin, we got, looks like about 10 balls of cotton stuffed in there, and a little squeeze tube of Vaseline right here. So, hold on. Okay. So we're going to attach some of this Vaseline from the little portable squeeze tube, just a small amount. So that's not very much right there. But this should be all you need to spark it with a lighter. No, we're going to strike it with a spark. I mean, we're going to scrape the striker and ignite a spark. Here we go. Ready? Whoa, where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Uh-oh. This swab is on fire. Marshmallows, anyone? Okay, now let's see if the chapstick will work. When you tape it up, make sure you leave room for the twisting mechanism on the bottom so you can open it up. Alright, so we're going to rub some chapstick on it right there. Yeah. Nice. So now that the cotton swab is thoroughly moisturized, I'm going to light it with this lighter, because it's easy. And as you see, it lights up right away. There you go. We have fire. And now we got the fire going. So you just wrap this back up with the hair ties and put it in your pocket. Easy peasy. Now you got the water kettle, the tea kettle on top of the fire. As you can see, the flames are tickling it very intently. I'm wondering how well that handle is going to survive all of this. And of course, when it's ready, you don't want to grab it with your bare hands or even wearing some gloves. But it's going to let us know when it's ready and start whistling. Whoop! And the water's boiling. Alright, so while the water begins to boil, you want to take your pine needles, break them off of the branches, because we don't want to boil the branches. That'll be very bitter. So you just accumulate a nice handful of needles like this. It smells nice. Nice and piney. Alright, so I got to lay it out on this little advertisement paper, and I'm going to dice them up just like you would any other herb. And that's with a brick and this bushcraft knife right here. Dice, 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 and dice, and dice, and dice, and dice. Alright, they're pretty nice and diced, as you can see. As always, if you're smashing something with a brick, watch your fingers, be careful, and if you're using a knife especially. That's why you bring a first aid kit. So when you're dicing them, you want to remove the base of the needles because that's where more of the bitterness is going to be. And bruising the needles will help to release the medicinal qualities. It's called bruising. Sounds like the water's about to boil. It's hot out here too. Warning. Pine needle tea should not be consumed by anyone pregnant because it could cause a miscarriage. Other than that, it is very high in vitamin A, vitamin C, antioxidants, and it has long been used medicinally for centuries. In fact, it's how they survived scurvy. White pine has 5 needles, and it's going to have the most vitamins and medicinal qualities, okay? Yellow pine has 3 needles. That's what we have here today. And red pine has 2 needles. That's how you can distinguish your pine. Alright, ready to make some tea? Yeah, and I prefer to add my honey first. That way when you pour the boiling water in there, it will melt it and mix it up and sweeten it up real good. Honey, it's also good for you. Okay, so I found this little stick here. It's probably not the best to choose, but I don't want to touch that with my bare hands, so there you go. You carry it off to the side using the stick method. Okay, so now we take our freshly chopped pine needles, put them in the cup. Nice handful like that. Fresh chopped pine. Alright, See if the handle's hot. Yeah, it's kind of hot, but I think I can handle it. If not, you use your handy dandy. Like I said, multi-purpose towel here. It's a hot pad, so that when you want to open this, you don't burn your hand. Okay, woo! Yeah, here we go. Oh, look at that steam coming up off of there. All right, so you fill the cup up, let it sit and simmer for about 5 minutes or so, and you're good to go. Uh-oh, there's helicopters. Shoot. Man, come on. Make me invisible. You know it's World War III, right? Man, I hope my smoke didn't give me away. Dang, you don't want to compromise your position. All right, well, I better relocate just in case. So, y'all stay blessed, be safe, and be careful. Okay. Man. Okay. You ever try to crouch run while holding some hot, freshly brewed pine needle tea? It should be about ready now, but it's still hot. Okay, so this has been episode 1, season 2. How to gather and purify water and make pine needle tea. Something that sounds simple and easy, but it can be an adventure.